11, right? Because it's already almost 11.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be exactly at 11 o'clock.
11:30, right?
Yeah, around that time.
Okay. But like I told you, we didn't come here because they're gonna be like, how did you get from here to here to here taking the bus and have enough time? They're not gonna believe it. So Gretna Green, that's it. We took the bus there, we came back.
Yeah.
So according to your map, this is it. Yeah. See, it keeps taking us here. It's in this compound here. Yeah, this is it. It's all covered up on purpose. So there. Yeah, just make sure you don't touch the fence or anything, okay?
No, I won't. I'm not that stupid.
Yeah, so this, oh yeah, you could see right there, there's tennis courts. And from what I read in the trial, they had tennis courts. So I don't think this is the original tennis court, but they had tennis courts. So it would have looked similar to this. Now, if this house is different, then obviously this is a different building. But this, if it is the same, then the guest house would have probably looked like that.
Like this one?
Yeah, it probably would have been similar. And they have tennis courts too, so the guest house would have been back here, and then he would have entered through the tennis court. Don't touch it. Yeah. He would have entered and opened the door back there somewhere, wherever the back door was at.
And when he jumped over it, that's when he hurt him.
Yeah, wherever the guest house was, he was big, so it was a small path. He bumped into it, and then I guess he took off his glove and he dropped it, or he threw it there on purpose and forgot it. I don't know what happened.
So the glove was basically somewhere in this area.
No. I'm saying wherever the guest house was. I'm not saying this is the guest house, but it probably looked similar to this. Yeah. But I don't know where it was located. Like, it would have been maybe more there. It could have been here. I have no idea. So he went through the little path, the back of the guest house. And he did it because he saw the limo driver. So he's like, oh shit, the limo's here to pick me up. Why was the limo driver there? Because he was getting a flight to go to Chicago for some kind of golf tournament.
Yeah.
So he saw him, and he didn't want the limo driver to see him. So that's why he purposely went through the back, so the limo driver doesn't see him. He parked his car somewhere either there, or he could have parked it here.
The limo driver.
No, OJ. Wherever the limo driver was, if the limo driver was parked here, then he would have parked over there on purpose. If the limo driver was parked out front, then OJ would have parked here and went through the back to avoid being seen, because it looks suspicious after his wife gets murdered around that time.
Yeah.
Why does OJ come back from wherever he came back from?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. All his evidence is there. The glove was at the bungalow guest house. There was blood all over the scene. His shoe print was at the Bundy house. So, who else could have done it?
What? It wouldn't have been the painter.
Some people speculate that there were more than one person involved. So if he did it, some people think that this guy Glenn Rogers or whoever could have been involved. There could have been two people there. One guy thinks that Glenn Rogers was holding Ron, his wife's friend that also died, because there was two people that died, his wife and Ron Goldman. Ron Goldman was a friend of Nicole's, the server who worked at a place called Mezzaluna. This is an Italian restaurant, no longer there. And this one guy, this detective, thinks that Glenn Rogers was holding Ron while OJ was pretty much stabbing him or kicking his ass. So I'm not saying that it's true. It's just theories and all that.
This house kind of looks like a bungalow.
Yeah, but I don't think this is the original guest house. I think they tore everything down.
So this is just
But it looks like a guest house, right? So it probably would have looked similar to this, and Kato Kalin would have stayed in a small room somewhere. Now, another thing cool about the OJ Simpson trial is because Kardashians,
Kim Kardashian.
they were friends with OJ Simpson, if you didn't know.
I didn't know.
So the lawyer that was on the same team defending OJ Simpson was the dad of Kim Kardashian. So that's how they got their name, was through the trial. And then they had the reality show and became who they are. So it all started with this OJ Simpson trial. And then at some point, OJ Simpson was prison cellmates with the Menendez brothers. They were neighbors.
No way.
Yeah. Because this all happened in the Menendez brothers committed murder in 89.
Yeah.
And then the OJ thing happened in, I believe, 94. So they were kind of close together. And they don't live too far. Brentwood, Beverly Hills, you know?
Yeah.
Same area.
So they met each other.
I
In prison.
don't know if they met each other, but I'm sure they like talked or whatever. Yeah. But this is the only part we could see, you know? It's either this house or that house. So yeah, we could go to, you want to go to the McDonald's thing?
Yeah. Where he was.
Yeah.
Crazy.
If you type in OJ Simpson Rockingham house, you can see videos of people rushing to this house when he was coming back home after he was being chased by the cops. You could see it, like it was, this entire street was packed with people. Like news reporters, fans, people holding signs saying he didn't do it. This was before he went into the trial. So yeah, after this Rockingham house that we went to, right? He would have went down this street or that street to get to McDonald's, so that's the street we came from, right? He would have came driving down here, headed to McDonald's. Now, some people tried to reenact what happened, like the time it took to get from Rockingham to Bundy. How long did it take? You know, when was his wife murdered? When did he go to McDonald's? Trying to reenact everything. How fast can you get there? This was at night. There's no traffic, you know, so you can kind of reenact it, but some things might not add up, and you know. Oh shit. Okay, this street is probably gonna be hard to cross. All right. I think LeBron's house is, I'm sure it's around here. Oh wow, look at this house. You see, somebody famous living here, I bet. So I think about it. Like I said, back in 94,
Right.
he would have taken this path to get to that McDonald's with Kato in his car. You know, something like that. I don't know what path he took to go to Bundy, but probably similar to this. It's at night. He's pissed off. He's going after his wife, you know.
Because he was jealous that she was dating another guy.
Yeah, but the funny thing is he was dating other people too. They were both, they did it, but yeah, they were both doing things that, you know, being on his wife. He was a very, like, jealous person, you know?
Yeah.
So he didn't want his wife dating anybody.
Oh, and by the way, you're invited to Thanksgiving. I saw that Jesus invited you.
Yeah, I think everybody's invited.
You going?
Yeah, probably. I think we're almost there. But after this, we got to get back, okay?
Yeah.
Because, but yeah, I mean, all these places are really close to each other, so we have time. Witness who saw her around the time his wife was murdered.